I'm Helen Beckett, the editor of the Business Value Exchange, here at HPE Discover at the Financial Services stand, where there's a real buzz. Customers are very interested in what's happening and at the pace of disruption, of course. And I'm going to be talking to Jeremy Suddards, who's going to be talking to us about the rapid disruption happening in that sector.
Morning. Yeah, I think disruption's coming in lots of different ways. And in actual fact, we've seen disruption over the last 5 or 6 years, firstly by more traditional competitors, the supermarkets. But what we're seeing in the last 2 or 3 years really is huge disruption that's been driven by technology. And we're seeing new competitors enter the market using technology as their competitive edge. What we're also seeing is a change in the market. So we're seeing a disintermediation between the traditional banking partners, the trusted advisors, as you might say, and actually taking away some of the value add that they added to the market. We're seeing a huge amount of payments, peer-to-peer, cross-border, and that rapidly reduces the cost, but also takes out some of the liquidity from the traditional banking markets. I think the other thing we're seeing is a massive expectation from consumers about what they expect from their banks, from their insurance companies. So the expectation level is very high. They expect a first-class retail type of engagement, and in many cases the banks are struggling to keep up with the traditional banks are struggling to keep up with that at this time.
I can imagine that, for so long banking had quite a staid reputation, may we say, and now we've seen disruptors the like of Simple Bank, Acorn, not even using paper or even physical branches.
Absolutely.
And you're talking about some of the technologies that banks are using to counter these new pretenders. I mean, how about mobile? Is that going to become the de facto method of delivering banking services?
Yeah, I think mobile is absolutely de facto. And I think if you look at most of the major tier 1 organisations, both in the UK, across Europe and worldwide, they all have a mobile first or a digital first as point of view. And that's really to serve the most basic transactions. So can I move money? Can I see what's in my statements? I think the next phase you'll really see is banks using that channel to help customers make much more long-lasting decisions. So how can I plan for my retirement? How can I think about a mortgage? And lots of those have been very traditional engagements, very face-to-face within a branch. And I think that starts to question the branch environment, what it's used for, but also it's a great opportunity for banks to really deepen their relationship with their client and move from a money transaction really to a money management relationship, which really is the nirvana most banks would look for.
So money management relationship, we're talking about customer experience sitting at the heart of the new style of banking. Are there any of the trends that you foresee on the back of that, and what kind of technologies may be used in the future?
Yeah, I think two big technologies I'd expect to see to play a really big part of that. So analytics and data management, and really the amount of data that's been created by some of the new technologies, whether it's the Internet of Things or whether it's the use of beacons within public areas or within branches. Both of those things are going to help banks and customers deepen their relationships. What comes with that, of course, though, is a huge amount of new technology needed to support all of that data. And actually, as we start to talk to banks today and insurance companies, the way they architect their existing solutions, huge amount of risk, huge amount of complexity, needs to change to allow them to take advantage of these new technologies. So they really have it tough. They've got to fix what they have today, really move that to a much more fast, agile infrastructure to allow them to take advantage of these new fabulous technologies that the customer expects them to have.
So there we have it. We have the big traditional banks mired in old legacy and processes, but facing marvellous opportunities if they harness these new digital technologies. And the pressure to do so is having that new money management and the new relationship with the customer replacing that.
Absolutely, and I think you're seeing a collision of industries as well. I think you're seeing the healthcare industry collide with the insurance industry, and actually your insurance engagement now with your provider is probably around having a better life, a more healthier life, a longer life, and actually the technology in both of those industries are going to make that very different. Huge opportunity for the providers, fantastic value for the consumer, but getting that right is going to be quite tricky.
So Jeremy, how can incumbents, perhaps mired in old processes and legacy, acquire the new innovative mindset and harness those new digital technologies that are going to help them put the customer at the centre of their business?
I think the way Hewlett-Packard Enterprise can help clients do that is probably in 3 ways. Helping them take away that risk and complexity, moving to a much more open, agile, lower cost infrastructure. And that's really where our clients would expect us to start, but that's actually what our 4 transformation areas are all about. And certainly transformation is a big element to enable that movement. The second element is actually helping them integrate some of the new technologies into that old environment, because actually, bridging the old to the new is a skill. It's something that HP has invested in over the years, and actually helping them deliver that new technology, but actually still embedding it inside some of the more aging platforms needs to happen to allow customers to get that value straight away. I think the third part of it is there is a huge amount of really fantastic fintech, startup and scale-up technology in the market that many of the large traditional banking organisations and insurance organisations simply can't take advantage of because of the small scale of those organisations. So we at HPE are working both locally in the London fintech market, but also within Silicon Valley to work out how we can help bring some of those fantastic technologies to the market, either as part of our solutions or actually working with them and working with our clients so they can get to that value a lot quicker. The difference there to what some of the existing providers are doing and some of the banks and insurance companies is actually we really want those to flourish. We see them being fundamental to the success of HPE and also to the success of clients. So really those three areas are the best way that we can help our customers take advantage of those new technologies.
It sounds like a very exciting future ahead and very fast moving.
Yeah.
So many thanks for sharing those thoughts today, Jeremy.